Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Bampty, and I do neurodevelopmental work. And I want to tell you today a story about one girl that I was working with because I think it highlights something of the approach and the attitude that I feel is so crucial. You may have heard me in other videos talk about exercises a lot, but leaving that aside for one moment, how we interact with people. So, especially how do we interact with people who have autism? How much do we show that we are loving and accepting them and any behaviors that might seem unusual? How do we play with them? How do we spot when they want to be played with or when they're looking for interaction? These things are big questions and really helpful to try and get right and work on and pay attention to, because building the connection with somebody, not only is it like great for them and us to foster the relationship and so on, but it just helps their development, their learning, their progress so much, not just doing exercises. I think if you were just doing exercises kind of on automatic pilot, you might get some benefits, but nowhere near as much as doing all the other side of it as well. So anyway, let me tell you this story. So this one family wanted us to work with them. It was for their son and for their daughter, a bit of both. And um, one day, the daughter, who was quite young, about sort of 5 or 6, I think, she came to her mom and she said, "Mom, I want to wear my winter coat in bed." Right? This is a Czech family we're talking about. So if you know anything about the weather here, in winter here, it can get really cold. Certainly much colder than the UK. And so a winter coat would be something big and heavy, like at least a skiing jacket kind of level we're talking about, right? I just can imagine that any parent would just say, "No, what on earth are you talking about? You can't. Of course you can't wear your coat in bed." Um, but bless this mom, she she said yes and was relaxed about it and let her daughter wear the coat. Now it's not just I'm not just telling you this because mom was accepting of her daughter and oh, it's a sort of quirky, unusual thing that her daughter wanted to do. But one of the benefits of accepting unusual behaviors, as long as it's not bothering other people and it's not stressful for anybody, etc., etc., um, that has the benefit. Accepting unusual behaviors has the benefit of that person might have really good reasons, either like personal reasons, but certainly from like my training, have systems, reasons, what's going on in their nervous system, reasons for why they'd want something. So wearing a heavy coat in bed, from my perspective, sort of has a strong logic. The weight of the coat can be very comforting. I don't know if that sounds a bit unusual, but we would talk about that in terms of proprioception, the body in space awareness, and having a bit of weight on the body can help that. Maybe some of you know this because you've tried out weighted blankets or weighted toys, and you know that they can be quite calming. Not all of us, but many of us also just like hugs and just maybe sitting next to somebody or holding hands. Just that contact with somebody is enough to give that. And maybe she just wanted it from a Coke because that was really easy to get, and she just has it all the time. And it's also connected with sleep because if we don't have as much proprioception as we would like, as a contact on the body or somebody in our space and so on, it's much harder for the brain to relax completely as much as we would like in order to get off to sleep. Brain little bit on alert. And so there is that connection, right? That again, it makes sense. Not just that she finds it comforting and calming, but that she might just have really worked out that it was going to help her uh, with her sleep. And if we say no to children, then we might override that. We might override them maybe helping themselves, because sometimes children just know some things, I think, on an intuitive basis. Now, I'm not someone that says that you say yes to everything that children want. That's up to parents to sort that out. What are the rules at home and so on. I'm just saying if it's not an issue, even if the behavior looks odd or strange, or people might stare at you for doing it, can we accept it? Can we start thinking, well, why might they be doing this and so on? And if you're still unsure what it might be about, you're welcome to contact me as well and ask me if I, by any chance, have some thoughts and insights about it. All right. So, just giving you that thought as an idea to accept as much as we can not typical, unusual behaviors if it's not bothering us or other people around us in the family. All right. Good luck to you, whatever you are doing for your child. All the best now. Bye bye.